question number 1. This is still solving multi-step equations. Question number 1. Do not be afraid. Okay? 2m over 7 plus 3m over 14 equals 3. And we have to figure out what m is. Do not be afraid. Okay? The first thing we're going to do, attack the fractions. We don't want to work with fractions if we don't have to. So let's get rid of the fractions. In the denominator, we have 2 different denominators. What are they? What are our denominators? 7 and 14. What number, the 7, we need a common multiple for 7 and 14. Not a common factor, a common multiple. Look at the hands. A common multiple. Charlie.
7.
That's a common factor.
1.
Multiple. That's a common factor.
3.
14. 14. A common factor is the numbers that go into 7 and 14. That are divisible. That 7 and 14 are divided by. A common multiple means when you list the times tables for 7 and when you list the times tables for 14, what number do you see in both lists? 14. 14. You get it? Okay, that's what we want, and you'll see why in a minute. You're going to multiply everything, the whole equation, by 14. Why? You'll see why. Because Miss James showed you something that she said you were going to use later called canceling. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay, somebody remembers it.
Oh my gosh.
So, here we go. This 14 and this 7 are going to cancel. Well, let's see how we're going to do this. Let's break it up first so that you can see it. Just like distributive property, you're going to have 14 times 2m over 7 plus 14, so that's distributive property. Then 14 times what? 3m over 14, right? Then you still got to distribute some more. All of that is in the parentheses. 14 times 3. We don't have to write that out. What's 14 times 3? iPad mini. 32?
42.
42. Close. All right. If you are not with me yet, or if you're not with me so far, raise your hand so I can slow down and rewind. Okay. Basically what we did, and I know you don't understand why I picked 14 yet. That you'll understand by the end of the problem. But all we did was we found the least common multiple for 7 and 14, which is 14. Then we're multiplying the whole equation by 14. This is going to get rid of our fractions. We're multiplying the whole equation by 14. So when you do distributive property, everything inside the parentheses gets multiplied, right? So I multiplied this by 14, I multiplied this by 14, and I multiplied this by 14. You with me?
So why did you have to
do 14?
Yeah, why did you have to find the number of the...
That's what we're going to find out right now. Okay? So, let's see. Let's cancel. Can you cancel anything here?
Yes.
What?
7.
By what?
By 1.
And what happens to the 14?
Yeah.
Right? You can divide them both by 7. So 14 divided by 7 gives you
2.
7 divided by 7 gives you
1.
Okay, so guess what? There's no more fraction here because you just have a 2 times 2m. What's 2 times 2m? 4m. See, Destiny? No more fraction. Now what can cancel here? 14 and 14 go bye-bye. They turn into 1s. Right? Remember I told you were going to need that? Did I lie to you? No. Okay, so what are you left with here? 3m. And then equals 42. So this is now your problem. See? No more fractions. Fractions go bye-bye. Do we know what to do once we get right here? No parentheses. Distributive is with parentheses.
Combine.
Combine like terms. Good job. So what do you get when you combine the like terms?
7m.
7.
4 plus 3m, 7m. Now what do I do?
Divide.
Woo, you guys are good. Divide by what?
7.
Good, good, good. And you get?
6.
M equals?
7.
No.
6.
Yeah,
Yeah, 6.
yeah, we're gonna use our calculators. We're not going to do that in our head. I believe that you guys know how to multiply and divide, but, you know, just to be safe, let's just go ahead and use the calculator. So it was, you know, you're getting up there. This is kind of complex math. This is algebra. But is it hard? No, you'll get the hang of it. You will. I promise you. All right, let's try another one. See. Okay, why did I pick 14? Because I wanted this to happen. Right? If I would have picked another number like 9, 7, you know, it's not going to cancel. Yeah. You pick a number that will make it cancel. Okay? If you can't think of one, you can just multiply these two numbers together and it'll cancel. But that's going to make it more complicated. The smaller the number, the better.
So you can pick like any number?
No, you have to pick a number that's going to cancel with 7 and 14. If it doesn't cancel, it doesn't make sense.
It has to be the same number?
Yes, because it's only one number, remember? You got it?
Can you do number 5?
Can I do number 5? Maybe. Ooh, that's a hard one, Alicia. All right, number 5. Number 5. Negative. You guys can read it to me. I think it's negative 2 over 9. X.
Minus 4.
Minus 4. Oh boy. I knew that. 4 equals 7 over 18. Thank you. All right. Now, we have two fractions with two different denominators. What are those denominators? 9 and 18, right? Can you think of the least common multiple for 9 and 18, Diego? 18. Was that what you were going to say, Tanisha? Makes sense, Destiny? All right, so let's multiply everything by 18. The whole thing, the whole shebang. Okay? So we got 18 times negative. Don't forget that negative. You are going to be mad if you forget that negative. Time 18 over here. I mean, you can write it out, or you can just do 18 times 4. And then 18 over here. Okay? That's probably the most important step where people get tricked. They forget to write something, they're rushing, whatever. They forget to put the 18 with one of the terms. So don't rush through that. Okay? So first of all, positive times negative is going to be positive times negative is going to be positive times negative is going to be
negative.
Like, why is she repeating herself?
Okay. Can I cancel anything?
Yes. 9, 18.
Okay. 18 divided by 9 gives you 2. 9 divided by 9, 1. So you get 2 times 2x, which is
4x.
4x. Okay? So you have a negative 4x. Now, you have minus 18 times 4. Minus, I don't know that. You guys tell me.
What happens?
What is it? 72. Okay, so minus 72 equals, can anything cancel over there?
Yes.
The 18.
The 18s, and you're left with?
7.
So that's what we have to solve. Negative 4x minus 72 equals 7. You good so far, Alicia?
Ooh. You draw the line.
Thank you, Jeff. And Charlie said, don't draw a dash line.
No, I said dash. You mean line straight.
Jeff, can you tell me the next step? Okay, that's okay, Jeff. We'll get there. All right. Listen, Jeff, the first thing they did to the x was they multiplied by negative 4, right? Then they subtracted 72. So you're working backwards. So what's the first thing you're going to do? See, you should tell me. You add 72 to both sides. Okay? Bring down your negative 4x. Cross this out. 7 plus 72.
79.
79. And what's my last step?
Divide.
There you go. By. Good. Negative 4. These cancel. You get x equals,
19.75.
oh boy, negative 19.75. That wasn't very nice. Negative 19.75. Usually on tests and stuff, they don't make these complicated numbers for the answers. But, make sense? Okay. Also, you might see this as an answer on the test, and that's fine. You can leave that. Okay? You can leave it like that. So whichever one you see. All right. You guys think you got the hang of it? No? All right, I'll do one more with you. Let's see what time it is. Okay, yeah, I can do one more with you. I'll let you pick the one. Look on page 107. Decimals are easy. It's the same thing. You just put the decimal in your calculator. Tell me, look at page 107. We'll take a vote. What do you want me to do? 13. Anybody else want me to do 13?
No.
Yeah.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, they say yes, Charlie. Sorry. Sorry, Charlie.
Hey, that's like the tuna commercial, miss.
What?
You know, sorry, Charlie.
Okay, respect the video. Respect the video.
Respect the student, man.
All right. Number 13. Number 13. Last question. For me, anyway.
What?
Number 13. 5z over 16 plus 7 over 8 equals 5 over 16. Now, we have a lot of fractions here, but they only have two different denominators, 16 and 8. What's our least common multiple?
16.
Very good, 16. So we're going to multiply the whole shebang by 16.
What's the least common multiple?
It's the number that all the denominators, like if you made a times table list, 16 times 1, 16 times 2, and you did that for each denominator, what number would you see in each list? You get it? Because you'll see 16 in this list, you'll see 16 in this list. Make sense? Okay. So, yeah, 16 times 5z over 16. And you got 16 times 7 over 8. And you got 16 times 5 over 16. Anybody lost? I'm telling you, this is the step. This is the step where you make it or break it. You got to give that 16 to everything inside the parentheses. Okay? Everybody has to get a piece of the pie. All right. So what happens here? Can anything cancel?
Yes.
16 and 16, and then you get 1, right? So what are you bringing down? 5z. See how much nicer that is? Now, what about here? Can anything cancel?
16.
16 divided by 8 is? 8 divided by 8 is? So 2 times 7?
14.
So if you're rushing through this, you're bound to make a mistake. I'm going to tell you, I loved algebra when I was in school. But I didn't like to take my time and do problems. Rush. Because, especially you think you know it. Oh, yeah, I can do this. And this used to kill me. Careless mistakes. If I had a penny for every time I heard my teacher say careless mistakes. Careless mistakes. Just rushing. Yeah, one, And then you get the problem wrong. So take your time. Don't take too much time. But take your time and do this and do your work. Because you know what you're doing. Okay? Don't rush through it. Anything can cancel here?
Yes.
What?
16.
Okay? And you're left with? 5. Alright. So now what do? We got 5z plus 14 equals 5. I already did it. Yeah, tell me the next step, Jeff. What's the next step? After I draw the line, what do I do?
Minus 14.
Very good. Minus 14. Who told him that?
No one told me that.
Okay. So you bring down your 5z. Cancel. What's 5 minus 14?
Negative 9.
Negative 9. Big difference. You owe me $9 or you pay me. Well, that's the same thing. You owe me $9 or I owe you $9. There's a big difference. Okay? Now what?
You divide by 5.
Divide by 5. Okay? These cancel. You could leave it like this. Negative 9 over 5 as your answer. Or z equals
Negative 1.8.
negative
1.8.
1.8.
Yep.
Repeating or just 1.8?
Just 1.8.
Alright. Okay? You guys got it. I'm going to let you try. I'm good.
Okay.